The city of Nicholasville has passed a 6-month moratorium on data centers tonight. Residents at the meeting say they are happy about the moratorium, so they, along with the city commission, can learn more about what data centers are. Residents say there's been so much discussion all over the country about data centers, and it has left them worried about how it could impact the community.
It's going to cost the energy of those data centers increases our electric bill as citizens. It also, property taxes go up. And then the amount of water that some of them use. I know that that is a conservancy issue, not just in the city, but just as the economy, you know, in our ecosystem, we worry about that. We worry about water, and especially being a farmland type community all around us.
Some residents say they would like city commissioners to educate themselves and the community within the next 6 months while that moratorium is in place.